which is
Come on,
you just type in reentry times newspaper.
I always have trouble with that.
And right now we're up to about 605.
They're logged in under
members.
my name, so.
And at any time, these individuals will reach out to us and ask questions and work so fast.
All right, guys, we've got to run. Thank you so much for the information. I'm sure we'll have y'all on again. All right. Y'all have a great night, great weekend. All right, good night. Okay, all right, so, well, we've got Greg Fulton in the house, and he's got guests with him, and looks like everybody's ready to roll here.
Hey, man, good to hear from everybody. First of all, I want to say thank everyone for being a part of what we're doing.
Yes.
Changing people's lives and preparing everybody for as returning citizens. Again, my name is Greg Fulton. I'd like to just say I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Actually been about 20 years in the military, been working for the Department of Veterans Affairs for about 15 years. I got about 45 years of service, of serving veterans. So I can truly say that I'm an expert in serving veterans, and so I'm excited about this. So my focus at this point in my life is homeless veterans. So again, we have a lot of information. So on my right here, I got a young man that I met a few years ago, Mr. Vince. Mr. Vince is actually a peer support of veterans. So he has been down the road, came out, and now he is a peer support working for the Department of Veterans Affairs as a veteran. At this time, I'll turn it over to you, Vince, and let you talk about what you do and how important it is for you to give the information to people on the outside and from the inside.
Well, just real quick before I get into what I want to say, I want to thank U.S. vets and yourself for being on the front lines of helping our community. This is a joint effort. This is just not a me thing. This is a we thing, and we are a cohesive unit in getting help to our brothers and sisters who are incarcerated. Just a little bit about me. My name is Vince Bryant, former U.S. Marine. Let me back up a little bit. I started off in the U.S. Navy, served in the United States Navy, got out, joined the U.S. Marine Corps, served 2 combat tours in Iraq. I consider myself a PTSD survivor who was blessed to get peer support from another veteran. This is why I'm doing the same thing now with the homeless veterans to help them and veterans who are coming home from out of prison, letting them know there's hope on the other side. I too was also incarcerated, and at that time I did not understand what peer support and the value of peer support, and it's because of peer support, and you're going to hear me say this a lot, that I'm here today to share the good word that there is hope on the other side. A little bit about peer support, and I was talking to the brother on the outside. Peer support was actually established years ago, but it was officially established by President Barack Obama, officially for the VA here in Houston. You asked me, veterans should have been helping veterans a long time ago at the hospital, but that's a story for another show. We are very grateful that we now have people who have went through and have shared experiences that they can share with somebody else and let them know, hey, you don't have to go through this by yourself. I've been through that, so this is the information that I would like to provide to you so you won't make the same mistakes that I made. Peer support is just another word, I guess a way of saying veterans helping veterans. I don't talk all the provider lingo. I talk as though I'm still in the military, and veterans tend to respond a little bit better. I am in therapy currently from chronic PTSD. I was in denial when I came home. I thought everybody else was wrong until I had a clear understanding what was PTSD. Because you know, in the military, we're told just to suck it up and get over it. Well, guess what? In the civilian sector, suck it up and get over it does not work. So that had to be identified through therapy. Now, I went through, real briefly, 3 types of therapy. The first thing was the meditation group, which caused me to calm down. I also went to went through CPT. CPT stands for Cognitive Processing Therapy. Cognitive Processing Therapy. The other one was GBET, Group-Based Exposure Therapy. These treatments are what we call the gold standard treatments. These treatments are designed to go to the root of where your problem started. Now, if you're from this area, you know a lot of us had PTSD before we went before we went in the military. So you know the military just kind of added on to that.
Yeah.
So we are very blessed now because we do understand the Vietnam veterans and the veterans before that didn't have what we have today, and we are now blessed to have peer support who can actually talk about their experiences and build relationships in the community to help others. We have brothers and sisters who are coming out from incarcerations and different situations that they dealt with even behind bars, but they didn't know that was PTSD or anxiety.
Vince, can I jump in there right quick?
Yes, please.
Am I mic'd up, guys?
Yes,
So I want to highlight something real fast to you guys that are incarcerated or veterans. Because Vince gave you guys a lot of value information, but what I'm hearing Vince said is, I was in prison, I got out, and I currently work for the VA.
Yes.
So you got to think about this. When someone tell you that there's no second chances out here with people with a felon, VA has a government ID, government employee.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, Vince has a job that he was only qualified for based on the fact he had been to prison. He had suffered with PTSD.
Right.
I
went to jail, but not prison. It's still locked up.
Hey.
Well, they smell the same. They look the same. You're sharing the restroom with another man.
Exactly.
That's all a jail cell is. It's
right.
The restroom that you share with another man.
And you're right.
I just want to let these guys know that's behind the walls.
There's hope.
That me and you,
yes, sir,
that have these felonies that say you can't have,
mm-hmm.
you don't get these second chances. Oh, that you are fully employed.
Yes, sir.
And most of why you're employed is based on what you've been through.
Exactly.
So think about this. You get out, they have peer support training
mm-hmm.
that you can get involved in.
Yeah.
So they'll educate you how to be a peer support. So you can use what you're going through now as a way to help other people.
Right.
And we all said it when we locked up. I want to get out, help change the world.
Right.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Yes, sir, brother.
Based on your experience.
Yes, sir.
So I digress, but I want to let you guys know there's opportunities out here when you're a veteran. Go ahead.
And I'm actually glad you touched on that point because a lot of veterans of incarceration believe like, oh, okay, my life is over with and there's no hope. Well, I'm living witness to tell you that I work for the VA. I was behind bars at the county, behind some stuff that I done. We're not gonna go into that, but there is hope. There's no such thing as you cannot make it. We have veterans right now that work at the VA that have had past experiences, felonies, who have went to prison, who are now making a difference in the community and the veteran community. Does someone have something else they want to touch on?
Yeah, I want to touch on the importance of understanding who you are, and I think the prison is just a circumstance, or jail is just a circumstance, but that's not really who you are. So it's important that each one of us, and I think what we are saying here, that each one of y'all behind bars are somebody.
Yes.
And so the first thing that you have to do is to have because most of us go through identity crisis, and when we go through identity crisis, then we think that my situation is who I am.
Right.
But now that I understand that's just a situation, but that's not who I am. So that means that just like Danny, just like Vince, and even me, I didn't go to prison not because I wasn't doing wrong. I just didn't get caught.
That's right.
So it's important for us to understand that you just another phase of your life, and we are out on the outside looking forward to you coming out.
In the
and
house,
being a part of what
in
we're
the
doing.
house in here right now, there's 6 guys been to jail and prison. Everybody's making it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
6 out of 6.
So
That's right.
we went from being ex-cons to icons.
Bingo.
I like that.
You know, someone reminded me or said that drugs and alcohol are not your problem, Danny. It's the way you think. It's your thinking patterns that leads you to the drugs and the alcohol. You need to look at how you think and not worry about your next relapse.
that's right.
Where it's 1 too many and 1,000 is enough. Never enough.
One of the other things we talked about was behavior versus recovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And until you change your, it's in the mental health where they call it behavior modification.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just, but in the real world, I think you need to just your mindset must change. So you're in a situation behind, but when you come, but you got to prepare your mindset to come out.
While you're there.
While you're there, you
While
have to
you- yeah.
prepare your thinking. Okay, well, I'm already out. So you got to see yourself on the other side of the bar.
The word is transformative.
You got to transform your mind.
If you're laying in the bunk worrying about it, you're not up doing something about it.
You're not moving.
You're not moving.
And I got a prayer for you. You know, this is a simple prayer. Say, God, I don't want to get out. I want to stay out.
Amen.
Amen. In Jesus' name, amen. And I said that prayer over and over again. God, I don't want to get out. I want to stay out. I'm not worried about getting no FI. The worst thing could have happened to me is to come back after getting out of prison. So while I was there, I said, I need to find out how to live right here so I don't have to come back. I digress.
Amen. Well, I want to, I want to make sure that we continue to allow. We got some information. We got 2 people in our system. One is our county jail, Mr. Henry Molden. He is a social worker, and he's an outreach veteran justice person. His phone number is area code 281-808-1135. That's Henry Molden. And incarcerated for our prison system, we got another guy. His name is David Sands. He's also a social worker. His number is 281-808-1135. Now, these are these 2 gentlemen's jobs.
Give them the mailing address.
Yeah, we need y'all's mailing address, so and then we got to go. But
Right now for emails, I'll just put an email address out
Okay.
if that's possible. Leonardo.va.gov. It's
Leonardo.va.gov.
And I can be reached at St. John's downtown, 2019 Crawford Street, Houston, Texas, 77002. I'll repeat it again. 2019 Crawford Street, Houston, Texas, 77002. Danny Sneed.
All right, we thank you guys. Veterans, listen up. These guys are here. Look, we see these guys on a semi-regular basis around here because they are out making it. Thank y'all for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be back in 6 weeks.
Exactly. And we know they'll be back. All right, so, boy, our phones are kind of booked up already. All right, so at any rate, we've got in-mass incarceration. Michael is in here. We're waiting to get him a seat and a mic and a set of headphones. And thank you to your lovely camera crew.
Oh, I didn't know y'all were already here, but thank you.